Hi children, and all the staff at your school. I'm sure you're all excited about being back in school. My name is Islwyn Jones, and today I've got one or two of my friends to show you. Some people don't call me Islwyn, they call me the Birdman. Do you know why they call me the Birdman? Yes, that's right, it's because of my work. Some of you might remember the birds. Maybe they've been to your school. Or maybe you've been to the Big Ideas primary school competition, where children of your age get together and at your school, you get together, get some ideas of how to make money for the school, how to start your own business. I work for myself, I'm self-employed, and I always have to come up with loads of ideas, how to make money, different things all the time. Some of them work and some don't. Making your ideas work is really lots of fun. Maybe if we haven't seen you there, you might have been to Llanllyn in Bala. Well, we have lots of fun in Llanllyn, don't we? Working with you children so you can have fun and scaring the teachers with one of my birds. Let's see, does anybody know what this bird is? Oh. Does anybody know what she is? She's only small, but she's very important. Yes, that's right. She's a barnow. And she's a girl. She's quite an old girl. Does anybody know what her name is, if you've seen her before? Can you remember what her name might be? Yes. For the ones of you that remember, her name is Myfanwy. Apart from visiting schools with the birds, I have to think of loads of ideas to keep my business alive and exciting. So Myfanwy has loads of different jobs. Some are absolutely bonkers. Lots of people think that I am actually bonkers with some of my ideas, but most of them work. She visits country shows, she goes to children's parties, various clubs, young farmers, young people's clubs, after school clubs. Like I say, I always need new ideas, so if you come up with an idea for me, tell your teachers to phone me. As a surprise, Myfanwy does something very important in weddings. For the ones of you that watch the £5,000 wedding, you might have seen her on TV. Myfanwy takes the rings down the aisle with the weddings, and everybody thought that was bonkers. But that really works. That's an idea that does work. But one day, we were in a wedding and Myfanwy decided she didn't want to work. She was having an off day. We all have off days, don't we? And she was sleepy. And I panicked. Usually it's only the bride and groom that know that the bird is bringing the rings. I panicked and I did something really bonkers that I won't do again. I rushed into the van because it was almost time for them to ask for the rings. I rushed into the van. I took the rings off Myfanwy and I put them onto Elsa, and I rushed back into the back of the room and I let Elsa go with the big wings down the aisle to take the rings. Oh, it was bonkers. Elsa knocked everybody's posh hats off, people were screaming. And the vicar ran away because he was frightened of Elsa. So she's not one to take the rings. It didn't work, that bonkers idea didn't work, but I had loads of fun doing it. Looking back at it now, it was really funny. It's always fun to come up with ideas. Elsa has got a special job though, very special job. One day I went shopping to Caernarfon and I took Elsa with me. And I got a bag of chips. And I'm sure this has happened to you. As I started eating my chips, the seagulls were coming, and everybody told me that seagulls in Caernarfon, they steal ice cream, they steal your chips, and worse than that, they poo all over you. Has that happened to you? Well, as the seagulls came, Elsa made that noise, got her big wings out, and all the seagulls left. They went back to the sea where they're supposed to be. And I thought, wow, because you're not supposed to hurt the seagulls, are you? But they're better off out of the sea where they can eat nice fresh fish and not eat the rubbish that people throw to them. So I thought that's a good idea, because people were shaking my hand saying thank you very much, we were able to eat our food, and the children were coming saying wow, we got to eat our ice cream, and we had loads of fun. So now Elsa is employed by some places to go there and just to walk around on my arm and scare the seagulls back into the sea. So you see, not every idea is silly. I didn't go there with that idea, it was an accident, but then I thought we'll make it work, and I really enjoyed myself doing it. Seagulls are afraid of Elsa and we don't need to hurt them or anything. Just do that and off they go back to the sea. I have lots of fun doing lots of different things in my business. Being self-employed is really exciting, especially if it's what you like doing. You should always start a business from something that you like doing, because it doesn't feel like work then. If your teachers want to let you have a look at more of the birds flying and see Myfanwy doing a wedding, not Elsa, because vicars don't like Elsa in a wedding. If you go on YouTube and put Pen and Bryn Falconry on YouTube, your teachers can show you lots more of the things that we do. I wonder what your idea will be. Don't worry if it's a bonkers idea. Some bonkers ideas are the best, okay? But if it doesn't work, think of another one. Owls mostly hunt at night because they have very good hearing. They don't need to see the food before they catch it, because they can hear it rustling about beneath them when they're flying quietly in the night. They have two other very important skills as well. One is the owls are totally silent when they fly. They don't flap around and make big noise and so everything can hear them coming. They're totally silent. The other skill is just as important, is their hearing. They can hear much better than us. So any little movement, they can hear it. Nobody can hear them coming. And the other skill is they can see better at night than what we can. They usually see better first thing in the morning, as it's getting light, last thing at night as it's getting dark. Their eyes draw more light in than ours do, because they're so big. Their eyes are massive. They're so big, it doesn't leave any muscles for the eyes inside the skull. So they can't move their eyes like we can. They have to turn their heads so they can see. You look at your friend sitting next to you, without moving your head, you can see them because you can move your eyes. The owls can't do that. I wonder if you and the teacher can have a little discussion and work out how far can an owl turn his head. How far do you think an owl can turn his head? Now, owls can turn their heads almost all the way around. I wonder who got it right. I wonder if the teacher got it right. I wonder if anybody said all the way around. Because if an owl turns his head all the way around, what would happen? It would drop off. We don't want that. So owls could, all the way around is 360 degrees. An owl can turn his head 342. Don't forget that, 342, not 360 and fall off. Do you know the word for animals that come out at night? There's a special word for animals that come out at night. It's not only owls, there's other animals that come out at night. Do you know what word? That's right, isn't it, Myfanwy? The word is nocturnal. Myfanwy is nocturnal. That's why she looks very sleepy now, because the sun is out. Maybe if you have a chat with each other and a discussion with your teacher, you can look into all animals, all the other animals which are nocturnal, and maybe find out why they're better off coming out at night, because the owls are better because of their skills, aren't they? Right, we all know that children have got a special skill. Talking. You all like talking, don't you? Sometimes, even after the teacher said, shh, you still talk. But talking is good. And when you talk to each other, you come up with ideas. I wonder what idea you'll come up with for your project in school enterprise, for Big Ideas Wales. We need you to all get together with the teacher and come up with a fantastic idea so that you can make something to enter the competition, the school enterprise competition with Big Ideas Wales. Maybe your school will be the best in the competition. Maybe you'll come up with a fantastic idea. Your idea could be absolutely anything, from arts, crafts, photography. Maybe you could take pictures and make up a book. Maybe you can make sweets as goal, as long as you don't eat them. Maybe you can make biscuits, make cakes, make anything, any idea you come up with. Any idea is fine. It's good to think of all sorts of ideas. My idea was a bonkers one. My business is the birds, as you know. But everybody thought that it was a silly idea, but it works. So your idea will work if you want it to. But if you talk to each other and try and come up with the idea. Right, we'll come back to that in a minute. When we eat meat, we don't eat the bones, do we? And we don't eat feathers, do we? If we were eating chicken, we wouldn't eat the chicken's feathers, would we? And we definitely need the feet, would we? All the fur or the other things that the owls catch, we wouldn't eat them. The owl eats absolutely everything. It eats feathers, the feet, fur, everything. And the meat, of course. If you have a little discussion with your teacher now, I wonder if you can come up with the answer of how does the owl get rid of the feathers and the rubbish, everything it's eaten. What happens to the fur and the meat and the feathers and everything once the owl's eaten it? I'll give you the answer later on. Now, we've already established that children are very good for talking and chatting. It's very important to do this with this exercise, because when you come up with a really, really good idea and you've all decided which ideas you're going to use, you need to work out then how much is that idea going to cost us to make. But first of all, you need to work out, would I buy that idea if I saw it in a shop? Because if it's an idea you will buy, anybody will buy it because it's marketable. Then you look into the cost. You look into the cost of how much would it cost to make it, and you have to take every little bit into that. And then you work out the cost, how much are you going to sell it for? The price has got to be right, because if it's too expensive, nobody will buy it. If it's too cheap, you're going to lose money. And it's not good having an idea that doesn't bring you profit, because profit is the reason why you're making it. You're developing an idea so that you can make money. Make money for your school, and then maybe sit down and decide how it's spent in the school. That's important, isn't it? That will be the goal, won't it? And then you enter the competition with Big Ideas Wales, like other schools will be doing. And then you show them that you're the best. You're the ones that come up with the maybe craziest, but the best ideas that work. This is going to be a very good practice for you, because if you can come up with ideas now while you're in school, it'll be good for you to come up with ideas which you might use all your life. Because lots of you are going to want to start your own business when you leave school. Your business, like I said, has to be something you enjoy doing. Maybe you've got a dream of what you'd like to do when you leave school. Now, if you can live that dream, your dream will come true. And you'll be doing something you enjoy. It won't be like going to work. I don't think of taking my birds and prey anywhere to make money as work, because it's my hobby that I changed into a job. if you can change your hobby into a job, it's something you enjoy doing, you'll always enjoy working. I wonder how many of you worked out what happens to the feathers and the fur, all the rubbish that the owl eats. Well, the owl's got a very clever inside, lots more clever than us. When an owl eats a whole mouse or a whole bird, the meat digests like us to give it goodness and to give it strength. But the rest of it, the fur, the feather, and all the bones, it eats all the bones as well, comes back in a fur ball like a cat. So they've got a digestion system that works both ways, and their insides are able to clean everything and bring the rubbish up. Right, I hope you think of fantastic ideas. I hope you think of lots of ideas. Hopefully some crazy ones as well, because you see some of them work. And I hope that I will be able to see you when you've got your ideas in the competition, and we can all have a laugh together and see how clever you've been. And who knows, maybe you'll be the winners. But it's not winning that's really, really important. Well, lots of people say that, but I think it is important to win, really. But it's very important to compete and to try, because not everybody's idea is the same. Maybe the next school won't think yours is a good idea, but as long as you think it is and you make it work. Good luck, and I hope I see you very soon.